Good morning. Well, here I am on waiting for the bus to take me back out to Marlowe's, and I've met this gentleman who's originally from Ireland. Your name is, sir?
Seamus O'Toole.
Seamus O'Toole. That's a good Irish name. Well, so where are you going today then, Seamus?
I'm going to Dale.
Yes.
And then I'll walk round to Marlowe's.
Yes. That's a nice walk actually. I'm doing it the other way around. I'm going to Marlowe's and coming back to Dale,
so we're going to
heading back here again.
So we're destined to bump into each other.
Yes, I'm sure we are. Yeah, so you probably have another alias the next time I catch up with you. And you live on a boat in the marina.
Yes.
That's fabulous. Yeah, I've considered that on a long boat on a canal. But how do you manage with winters? That's the question. Everybody says, oh, it's lovely in the summer, but
well, it's okay. I got a heater on board.
Yeah.
I eat plenty.
Yeah, that's great.
I drink a lot.
Yeah, well, I think we're similar, aren't we? I mean, I'm the same in my camper van. It's getting cold now, and and we're nowhere near winter. But like a night like last night, where there's no cloud, the temperature drops a lot, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
But we've got 2 or 3 days of pretty good weather apparently, and the weekend we're supposed to get rain again on Saturday, but that doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I think the weather's going to hold until the middle of next week.
Yes, hopefully. By which time I should have finished this Pembrokeshire coast. I should be probably Tenby or somewhere around there by the end of this week, I hope. And it's been great, the Pembrokeshire walk. It's been a real challenge, and I met some lovely people. So you do a lot of walking then, Seamus?
I do.
Yes.
Sorry, I can't talk to myself.
All right, that's no problem, mate. Very nice to meet you anyway. It's lovely to meet you. You're the first Irish person I've met, actually. So, lovely. I've met people from all over the world, but nobody from Ireland yet. Lots of Germans.
Oh, well, that's all right.
Yeah.
I like the Germans.
I do. They're lovely people.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, mate. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Here I am at the Peppercorn Cafe, and this is Susie. I tell you what, Susie, this is a lovely place you've got here. How long have you been running this?
Well, we've actually only been here since the end of March, so this is our first year. And my husband Mike, who's in the kitchen.
Hello, Mike.
Mike
is busy. Give us a wave.
Yeah, so we moved down from the southeast,
right,
and quit our jobs and bought the cafe in the end of March, and have been running it ever since. So it's been really good.
Oh, well, that's excellent.
Really good, yeah.
Obviously, you haven't been right round the clock yet for a year, if you know what I mean. But I noticed you closed it for Christmas and stuff. And it's surprising how many cafes I came across, 1 or 2 at the other side of the bay that are like staying open all year round, because the locals want somewhere to go, and there's still a lot of walkers out on holidays and all this kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think we're shutting this year for Christmas, but next year we're going to stay open.
Yes.
And we're open most of the time anyway. We're just going back to see family this year.
Yes.
So yeah, but it is really lovely, and we've got quite a few regulars who come in now, and people like yourselves who are walking
through.
So yeah, it's been really lovely. The people around here are so friendly.
Well,
it's been
great.
really good.
Well, I mean, I hope that this puts your cafe on the coastal
Thank you.
map, because there's lots of people kind of following me. I don't mean literally, but
Yeah.
they're following me on the coastal path, and they're looking for new and different places to go.
Well, we look forward to welcoming them here.
Well, I can recommend it.
Thank you.
Even though I've only had a cup of tea, actually, but I always take a cup of tea when there's an opportunity, because you never know when you get your next one at this time of year.
Yeah.
You know, I've been to many cafes that I've seen miles away, and you get there and it's closed.
Yeah.
So this is a bonus, and I always take advantage of it.
I'm glad we're able to, and we've got a little log burner, so we can keep you warm when it's cold, which is nice.
It's my back. It's very, very efficient.
Excellent.
Well, it's been lovely saying hello to you, Sue.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Morning, Jim. It's not a close-up. Good luck with the rest of your walk.
Thanks. This is Elaine, who's from the Wirral. Actually, I recognise that really nice Wirral accent.
That's it.
Lived here 26 years, and are you going to have got a good Christmas lined up then?
Well, we have got all the family around for Christmas, so I'm going to be very busy.
Well, that's lovely. Great to meet you. I know it's only briefly,
you too,
but
Jim.
Lovely to meet you.
No problem.
Okay.
I'll catch up with you on social network.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
That's lovely. Bye bye. Have a good Christmas.
You too.
Bye now.
Bye then.
Well, I didn't get very far out of Newport before I bumped into these lovely people. And it's Julian and Janet, and we've been sat here chewing the fat for about 20 minutes, if not more, and I've more or less told them my life story. So, what are you doing here then, Julian?
We're holidaying, aren't we?
Yeah, we're holidaying for
nice
a
week off
There's
work.
lots of walking and going around, exploring.
Yeah. Are you doing much of the coastal path or any at all?
We just come from Dinas Cross, we have, so we just come to Newport, but yes, I know that you've got to go to Swansea, so you can sort of cheer on your way when you get to Swansea, I think.
Absolutely. Well, I've given you a card. You've got my phone number.
Yeah.
If you know, I'd be very pleased to hear from you, and it'd be very nice to drop in and see you in Swansea. That'd be lovely. And I'm looking forward to walking around Mumbles and all that way on.
I love that in the Gower.
Because when you finish this, you're at Tenby, and you're not that far away from Swansea, then, are you?
Not too far, no. You're getting round the Wales. You're doing well.
Well, I reckon I should be in Tenby in about, say, 10 days, I think.
Oh,
so I should be in Swansea in maybe, 2-3 weeks?
Yeah, there we go. You'll have to look us up. We'll go on Facebook now.
Yeah, it'd be very nice to do that. and so where you're heading now then? You're just going into...
Just going to Newport. You told us about that market.
There's a market.
So we'll have a wander there and just see how it goes. It's nice to have a bit of a chill, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. And it's lovely to hear your Brummie accent. I know further up the coast, when you get to places like, where was I? There was Barmouth. Is like full of
lots of Brummies in those sort of places.
Every person had a really hello, mate.
Hello, mate. How you going?
Yeah, it brought back so many memories for me of when I used to live in Birmingham, actually. Yeah. And it was quite entertaining. Even everybody, there was hardly any Welsh accents. It was all Brummies.
Yeah, there's a lot of us taking over from the quiet there.
So, are you actually from Swansea then, Janet?
I'm from Swansea. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Been in there all our lives, and I met Julian, and I dragged him down to Swansea.
Right.
And now we got the 2 girls in Swansea now as well.
Oh well, that's very nice. Well, look, it's been a real pleasure meeting you, and and please, if you send me a text or your phone number, I'd love to meet you again because you're lovely people.
There we go. We'll have a nice Joe's ice cream on the seafront.
That'd be lovely.
Or Verdi's.
We'll swim in Mumbles Bay.
Now that sounds a good one.
Yeah. Because when I remember at Swansea, the football pitch used to be out in that direction, didn't it?
It's gone more inland now.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But I remember I did go for a swim there, and it wasn't that far from Vetchfield. It was just a little bit further out, and there's a really nice little pub there as well.
There's a few nice pubs, yeah. I'm sure we can take you to
a nice watch out for the granny's custard.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
to meet you.
Have a good trip.
Lovely. Well, here I am at the Anchor Inn. And this is Robin and Jenny. The thing is, when you're passing through so many places and meeting so many people with so many different names, it just goes in and out.
Yeah.
So where have you been today, Robin? What's the plan?
We've walked from here over to West Bay, where we had a nice little snack by the harbour.
Yes.
And back again.
Yeah.
And we have had probably the best day so far this year.
Yes.
It's been absolutely wonderful.
You couldn't
Particularly on the top of Thorncombe Beacon, we could see for miles, and not another single person in sight. Absolutely out of this world.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Can't beat it.
On Valentine's Day, there's lots of loving couples out together today, having a walk in the sunshine.
Well, 1 or 2. I mean, it's not too busy out there. It is just perfect for us.
Yes. I've met hundreds of walkers today. It's been really nice. And so whereabouts are you from then, Jenny?
We live sort of in Somerset.
Right.
Not far from Castle Carey.
Right. Oh well, that's lovely.
So it takes it's just over an hour to get here. So
right. Well, this is a nice place to come then if it's.
So we come here as often as we can.
So obviously the coastal path is not new to you. You must over the years you've
the other bit that we love as well is over near Worth Matravers and Kimmeridge.
Yes.
Are you going along that bit?
Yeah, yes, I will be. I'm heading for Poole. That's my general direction.
Yeah. Well, if you're going that way, I mean, you'll love it along there from all the way from Lulworth Cove.
Yes.
To Kimmeridge, you go through Tyneham.
Yes.
And then you come to Kimmeridge. There's lovely ridges to walk along.
Fabulous.
Quite challenging. Some of them steeper than they are here.
Yes.
And then you come along to Worth Matravers, and then on down to Swanage.
Yes.
Yeah. All the way around there, Studland Beach.
Yes.
And then you can go on round there and take the ferry across. Is that what you're going to do?
Yes, that's exactly my plan. I've got my camper van with me, so I kind of drive that from A to B, and then I get a bus back from B to A, and then I walk from A to B.
Yeah.
So there might be a bit of a logistical nightmare involved in that, but I haven't been beaten yet.
So where do you come from?
I come from Hull.
Oh yes.
And I walked up to Berwick-on-Tweed.
Yes.
I didn't do Scotland in the summer because I thought I wouldn't have enough time, so I went across to Carlisle, and I've walked all the way down to Land's End, and now I'm in Eastwards.
Yeah, well done.
I got 19 days of walking in January.
Yeah.
Really?
Which is incredible, isn't it?
Good going, yeah, very good going.
While everybody was snowed in, I was walking from Brixham to Torquay in weather like this, and yet the rest of the country was like struggling with snow.
It's nice down there, except I mean this is. I was brought up in Devon, but this is totally unspoilt along here.
Yes.
Once you get along the Brixham Torquay part of the Devon coast, I mean it's all pretty busy, built up.
Well, yes.
Nothing like as attractive.
No, I couldn't agree more. But it's for a different kind of like holiday maker.
We've met Americans walking along here, and they come and have a look at it, and they think, we can't believe this.
Yes.
If this was the States, it would all be built up.
Yes.
No, it's probably long enough.
No, that's fine. No, I've got quite a number of people in America who follow me on Facebook and YouTube, and they write to me saying that knocked out with the scenery and the people and all the rest of it. So it's really.
Well, we meet a lot of people. You know, today we've just passed the time of day with quite a number of people.
Yes.
And it's lovely. It is. We enjoy doing that. You know, like-minded people.
Precisely. This is. I've never met such wonderful people on this walk.
But we're so fortunate with the public right of way along the coast.
Yes.
That in lots of countries you don't have that.
No, you don't.
Protected.
No, I agree.
Anyway, well, good luck.
It's been a real pleasure meeting you.
Good luck with the rest of your walk.
And continue.
We'll have a look at that when we.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Now,
here's the curious little story. It's 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. I'm having the day off, as you know, and I'm busy in the van editing. I've just put day 519 on. I'm just doing 520 now, and I got a message which was really unusual from a guy saying, "I'm on the car park next to your car. Do you fancy a coffee?" kind of thing. It's those sort of words. And so this is Paul, who just arrived. Actually, he's just bought me a really nice cup of tea. And if you remember, I was in here this morning, first thing, having a breakfast, and so this is my second visit today. So, Paul, you in actual fact, the story is, tell me about this fish and chip business then. That you went for some fish and chips last night.
Well, I went for fish and chips last night, and I was waiting for my order, and there was quite a strange kind of guy in the chip shop. He was kind of bopping about, and when they called fish and chips ready, I thought it was mine. I went up to get it, and the guy leapt it in front of me and went, "Oh, that's my fish and chips." And he said sorry a couple of times, really strangely, and kind of disappeared. To cut a long story short, he stole my fish and chips. So it was on my mind, but don't worry, I got my fish and chips sorted out last night. When I came into the car park in Morrison's here today, I saw this purple van. And I thought the guy last night looked like he'd been travelling about. So I thought, well, maybe this is him. And on the back of the van, I saw that there was a sticker saying who the chap was and what his YouTube channel was. So I went to the YouTube channel and went, right, if it's him, I'll be able to see him. It wasn't. So I left a message for Jim anyway. We've met for coffee and here we are.
Well, I'll go and buy some fish and chips if you like.
Well, I don't know, this is still sticking in my craw, so someone's going to have to sort it out.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't nick anybody's fish and chips.
No.
But I mean, fish and chips is my favourite. I mean, it's about the only meal I eat on a night, to be honest with you, because everything else upsets my stomach, whereas fish and chips, I was brought up on fish and chips, So tell me about yourself then, Paul. You live in
I live in Alness, yes. I lived here all my life, and I work 2 miles down the road at the Blytheswood Care charity.
Right.
If anyone would like to come onto the Blytheswood website and donate, then pop on there.
Yeah, well, I mean, put a link onto mine. But it's cute. I mean, you're such a lovely guy, and we've never met in this most unusual circumstances. Yeah. And one of the things I really enjoy about this walk is the number of people that I've met in quite unusual circumstances. Yeah. I mean, bearing in mind that I'm doing a coastal path walk, I'm obviously going to bump into coastal path people
absolutely.
And walkers in the older generation, because you usually find it's more people in the sort of 50s and 60s who do walking, and especially those who've just retired and are looking for something new to do and all the rest of it, and in the summer. So you're talking about like-minded people, but it seems that we're pretty like-minded. We've been talking about quite a number of topics. And
travelling, music, you name it.
Yeah, comedians, you name it. And so it's an absolute pleasure to meet you, Paul.
Yeah, you too. It's been really interesting. Really interesting.
Thank you. And I mean, I'll be happy to go up probably tomorrow night. I'll go for a beer with you or something like that. I don't know. We can keep in touch.
Absolutely.
That'd be lovely. And I'm just busy today with just catching up with editing, and the reason being, as I was saying to you, I know I've got good internet here, so I want to take advantage, because I might go up to Nairn and it might be non-existent, and this is one of them. And you can ask people what's the internet like around here, but they don't realise I'm uploading, not downloading, and it does take a lot more. Most of these files are about 6 gig. So it takes about half an hour to an hour to actually load them up. But in an area where there isn't much, it can take up to 3 or 4 hours. It'll still do it, but it'll take much longer, Right. Well, it's been a real pleasure meeting you, mate.
You too.
Another new friend.
I look forward to looking at all your videos now. It's going to take me quite some time to watch them all.
Well, you've got 300. It'll take you all winter, you know what I mean? And I could only say that they are popular. And you'll enjoy them, I'm sure so.
Excellent, I'm sure I will.
It was lovely to meet you, mate.
You too.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Joe.
Thank you. Well, I'm not that far from Mullion now, and this is Jane, who I've met walking along with a couple of dogs, which you tell me they were rescue dogs, Jane?
Yeah, that's right, there's Keith and there's Mackie.
Yes.
Yeah, the black one's, he's a rescue from Spain.
Yes.
And he's looking for a permanent home at the moment, because I'm fostering him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And I know we were just talking briefly, and you've got a little bit of a business idea as well.
Yes, I have. I want to start a YouTube channel that shows people how to make their own furniture out of paper mache.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'm on YouTube. I've got my own channel on there. If I get anybody who comes on to me and makes some suggestions, I'll certainly pass it on to you.
That'd be great, thank you.
And you can contact me on Facebook and join me, Jim Hawkins, on Facebook, and we can talk about it. And I was saying to my daughter, she's very useful at all this kind of stuff, and I'm quite sure she might be able to help you as well.
That would be fantastic. I need all the help.
Yeah, great.
Lovely to meet you.
So you live locally, do you, Jane?
Yes, I live in Greek at the moment, yeah.
Right.
We're moving house soon, probably towards Falmouth, but yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
But it's a wonderful part of the world, and this weather forecast we've got is going to be like this for the next 10 days. It's quite exciting, isn't it?
It's
this
beautiful.
Time of year.
Yeah, great. What a gift to have sunshine in December.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All the best to you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of Christmas and a Happy New Year to you, Jane.
And to you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye. Well, I'm just about to walk into McKinleth, and I walked into Maxence, who's from France.
Oh.
So how's it going then?
Well, I've only walked half a mile so far, but so far it's great. It's my first steps in Wales, and can't wait to walk the Snowdonia Way, which is why I'm here. And
excellent. So you're going more into mid-Wales rather than onto the coastal path then?
Yes, that's the plan.
Like Snowdon, and you'll be going up Snowdon, all those places. Have you got any plans to go to Anglesey?
No, I don't think so. I've got about a week ahead. But
you've got a week ahead? Okay.
Yeah, so
all
I've
right.
got a guide and
I was going to say I can recommend it. It's great walking.
Right.
It's an island. It's 128 miles around the island.
Yeah.
And there's fantastic beaches, wonderful scenery, a fantastic. Consider it. It's really good.
Well, if I walk very fast and I have a couple more days, I'll definitely check it out.
Well, you've got off to a very good start. You've only done half a mile and you're now on YouTube. That's brilliant.
Amazing. Amazing. Well,
very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your tour.
You too, and good luck for your walk too.
Thank you. This is Liv. This is Georgie.
Hello.
And my friend and I were nearly at our destination, actually, the next car park. We've walked down from Seaton. And so where are you going today? Are you going for just a short walk, or are you doing something special?
We're doing a 30k walk.
Right.
You're probably better at explaining where we're going.
We started over in Plymouth and got the ferry across.
Yes.
And then we've walked all the way around the coastal path through Mount Edgecombe to Rame, and now we're going to keep going till we get to our 15k, and then we're going to turn around and go back.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it is a nice walk. This section to Steep is a little bit mundane, but I think once you get past that, you know, and you get one or two hills as well, it gets a little bit more challenging. But you know, this has been it's been a nice walk on it. But the weather has been absolutely
it's
fabulous.
absolutely stunning. Yeah.
And I've walked right the way through from Christmas Eve. I think it rained. And I've walked every day since then, in really good weather, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only 10-12 miles a day, sometimes more.
Amazing.
It's been great, you know, it's really good. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
but it's been a pleasure to meet you, ladies. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah,
You've got a card there, you can check yourself out on YouTube.
Amazing.
It'll be on tomorrow.
Oh, pretty marvellous.
Right.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck with your walk.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Right, well, here I am, Saturday morning, and looking at the Menai Bridge. And I've met this gentleman called Carl. So Carl, can you tell us something about this bridge and what goes on?
The stretch of water that you see over there is called the Swellies.
Yes.
And on either end of the Swellies you have two bridges. The bridge to our right is the Britannia Bridge.
Yes. Built
by Stevenson. And the bridge to the left is the Menai Bridge built by Telford.
Yes.
The distance between the two bridges is about a mile.
Right.
Now the Swellies is one of the most treacherous waterways certainly in Europe. If you look over in that direction towards the marker buoy on the rock,
yes,
what you'll see is some turbulent water in front of it, and that sort of denotes the amount of rocks that are underneath the Swellies. And you have about an 8-knot current going around these rocks. So basically underneath, even though on days it'll look calm, it's like a washing machine underneath. And if you're going to try and passage through it, you've only got a 20-minute window as the tide turns.
Really?
Yeah. Nelson used to train his captains on the Swellies.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And just on the other side of the Britannia Bridge over there, to the right on the shore, is a statue of Nelson. Yeah. So it flows. It also the Menai Strait has another phenomenon, which is they have two different tides.
Yes.
And it's magnificent. To navigate the Swellies, it's not a straight run from one bridge to the other. You have to take markers.
Yes.
So you have a marker, which is the second stanchion on the Britannia Bridge.
Yes.
And then when you get adjacent to a particular marker on the other side, then you veer. And then when you get to another marker, you go another way. So the passage through the Swellies is like this.
That's amazing.
And if you're in a yacht with a long keel and you go off course, then the yacht will
flounder.
Yeah.
So have you got experience of all this, Carl? Are you a sailor?
Yeah.
Right. So you know this is how you know the score.
Yeah. We moved down here. We bought a boat.
Yes.
8 years ago we moved down here.
Right.
We go sailing round the island or along the coast or whatever.
Very nice.
It's a beautiful part of the world, and on days like this, you could be anywhere in the world.
Oh, absolutely,
beautiful.
Absolutely. Well, that's really interesting, Carl, and thank you very much indeed for all that information. I would never have known any of that. I mean, you can see that it's, you know, a strong current. When we lived abroad, we lived in Bulgaria on the banks of the River Danube, and that was about the same, about an 8-knot current. It was incredible to see these big barges going down with like a kind of a locomotive sort of tug kind of thing, pushing barges and going against the tide. You know, it would take them 2 weeks to get to Belgrade, but it would take them 3 days to get back with the tide. It was amazing to see, you know, but that was an 8-knot tide, and I mean, it was a massive river. But, you know, this really does look treacherous to the layman.
You've got a few. I mean, if you're sailing around the island, clockwise or anti-clockwise, let's take the anti-clockwise route. If you headed off from Holyhead, it's a 2-day trip around the island, because you come out of Holyhead, you're not going very far, but you have to sit and wait for the flood tide in the Carnarvon Bar.
Right.
So then you get the flood tide, and then you go through a buoyage system, which is hairy to say the least.
Yes.
And then you come through, and you generally park up at Port de Norwich, right round there. Right. And the reason for that is you then have to wait for the right time
yes.
To come through the swellies at slack water, which is normally like 6 hours or so from the flood.
Yes.
It's quite weird the way it is, because you'd think the flood tide coming in, then it would slacken off, and by the time you got here, but the tide's going the other way.
Right.
It's really strange.
Right. So the timing of it is absolutely crucial.
Oh, it's crucial, and you've only got, say, 20 minutes from that bridge to that bridge.
Yes.
Now, every year, down at Vellinhelly, bank holiday, there's an annual raft race.
Right.
And that is something.
Oh, that'd be worth watching. Yeah.
And basically, it's groups of people, and they cob together a raft using all sorts of bits and pieces.
Heath Robinson sort of stuff.
It's worse than that.
Yeah.
Anyway, and they all line up on the shore, and at the right time, the whistle goes, and it's a mad scramble, and they throw eggs and bags of flour as you're setting off and everything. And basically, you paddle. You can't use motor in any way, and you paddle from Vellinhelly down there through the left-hand arch of the Britannia Bridge.
Yep.
Up through the Swellies, through the Menai Bridge, and then you land at Menai Bridge village town.
Right.
The tide is always, I mean, the way the organisers do it, the tide is always going with you, but only slightly. And some great, I mean...
It's a good laugh.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And you get about 40 rafts, like I say, of all shapes and sizes. One raft, if you can call it a raft. I mean, when we built ours, it was a Viking ship, very, very, very buoyant and everything. It was just great. And we came about 16th, but it isn't about the winning. It really is about the taking part.
Yes.
And on one particular occasion, the guy next to us who was launching was in one of those post-war wooden wardrobes, you know, the cheap thin wood with the door in the middle.
Yeah.
Right, and you used to have a mirror on the inside. Right. Well, you're taking the mirror off and you're taking the door off. So basically, it was a wardrobe, still with the legs on. And he launched in that. And fair play, he got all the way up here, all the way through the swellies and everything else. And just before the finish line at Menai Bridge, it sank. Unceremoniously sank, and his girlfriend, who were just like bobbing about in the water till the safety boat picked him up. But,
brilliant. Yeah. That's a good story.
Yeah.
Well, Carl, that was amazing. I really thank you very much indeed for that, because I would never have known, and that is, I'm quite sure, certainly my father-in-law, who's a sailor, and my wife, who's a sailor, in 2015 we went to Las Palmas, and she sailed across the Atlantic in a 14 14-metre Rasberg Halirak, I think it's a Swedish boat. To Antigua, and I'm not a sailor, I went to Antigua to meet them. But we had loads of good holidays on this boat, you know, right through in the Med and everything. But I know that my father-in-law and my wife would be very interested to hear what you've just explained. Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you,
wonderful.
Mate. And good luck with your trip.
Cheers, mate. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.